I love this hoodie. I love this color. I am obsessed. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to talk about The Love Bug. The Love Bug is a 1997 television release. It is directed by Peyton Reed, cinematography by Rusty Alsobrook, editing by Chip Masamitsu, music by Shirley Walker, and it's written by Ryan Rowe. I've covered everybody except Chip Masamitsu in previous videos. They'll be listed and linked in the description. Chip Masamitsu is best known for No Way Out, Earth 2, Dances with Wolves, and Blue Chips. The film stars Bruce Campbell, Alexandra Wentworth, Kevin J. O'Connor, and John Hannah. Bruce Campbell plays Hank and is best known for Bubba Hotep, Army of Darkness, and Evil Dead 1 and 2. Alexandra Wentworth plays Alex and is best known for Office Space, Nightcap, Jerry Maguire, and It's Complicated. Kevin J. O'Connor plays Roddy and is best known for Peggy Sue Got Married, Van Helsing, Deep Rising, and The Mummy. John Hannah plays Simon and is best known for Four Weddings and a Funeral, The Mummy, and The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. This movie is a remake and a sequel at the same time. It's like a revamping of the series. So the events of the first film kind of take place. There is definitely some additions and some reworkings, but it's also a sequel because Dean Jones reprises his character of Jim Douglas and they talk about like Jim and Herbie's relationship in the past. So it is simultaneously a remake and a sequel because Hank is like the new Jim where he's like, I'm a racer, I can do those things, and then like won't admit that it was Herbie that did them, and then does, but also a sequel because the stuff that happened with Jim did happen. So it's kind of complicated. This wasn't terrible. It's not fantastic, but it wasn't bad. Some things I really liked were the additions to Herbie's origin story. So they talked about how Herbie was made and came to life. They like introduce you to the person that made him, and the villain has him make another car and they add stuff to the car to make it a villain car. And I really kind of enjoyed that whole aspect because I've always like wondered, how did Herbie become alive? What made him so special? And why aren't the other cars like this? And stuff like that. And they do a fun little like, ooh, he was using a certain mixture of metals and then a picture of his wife fell in and it gave the car life and essence. And I thought that was really interesting. I thought it was kind of fascinating how they came up with how Herbie was made. I think that's really, really fun. I liked in this one, I feel like, I mean, I haven't watched the original Love Bug in a minute. I have watched it since, though. But I will say I feel like Hank is quicker to accept Herbie being special than Jim was to accept Herbie being special. And I feel like that helped the movie because then they could like focus a bit more on Herbie, which is why I watch. I feel very strongly about Herbie and don't super care about the human stories that happen in these movies because Herbie's the reason you're watching. Herbie is the entire point. It's the love bug. It's the, you know, it's why you're watching. And when they focus heavily on the human stories, like obviously it's essential to be able to tell Herbie's story, but I like much more when they focus on Herbie and his relationship with people versus outside relationships between people. What I really liked, I liked that they made a villain car in this one. I thought that was really fun and interesting, and like, not only does Herbie have human enemies, but then Herbie has an enemy that is like him. I thought that was very interesting. I also think it's interesting that they refer to Herbie as a him when it was the creator's wife's photo that went into the mixture. That would almost make me assume that his wife's essence is in the car, which makes me assume it would be a girl. Herbie would be a girl. But also, it's a car, so Herbie's really a them, if we're really getting technical. Those are the things I really liked. Things that made me laugh, the music. The music in this film, specifically the villain music, is hysterical. It is so over the top. It is ridiculous. Shirley Walker was killing me with some of the villain themes. It was just so bananas that it would make me laugh every time dramatic villain music came on. I genuinely laughed at it because it was just, it's so dramatic for a movie about a car. Like, it was just really gave me a good little giggle. My hand just made, that was weird. I like Roddy a lot. I love Buddy Hackett's character, who I think is called Tennessee in the original Love Bug. I do love Buddy Hackett's character because he's so sweet to Herbie and everything. But I just feel like, you know, where Roddy, I don't know, I really liked Roddy. I thought Roddy was funny. I thought he was super accepting of Herbie. And he did a better job getting Hank to realize that Herbie was special, I think, in my opinion, versus Buddy Hackett's Tennessee. The scene where Dean Jones comes and helps rebuild Herbie back to bring Herbie back to life was awesome. I loved seeing Dean Jones come back. I love that Dean Jones has been like reprising roles or starring in movies that he's like previously starred in. I love that he's been doing that. When he revealed that he had a spare key and he was gonna give it to Hank, and Hank said, "Oh no, the pleasure's all yours." And it was like, I don't know what happened, but I cried. I cried when Jim got back into Herbie and turned him on and like got him to reveal that he was back alive. Like, I cried because it was like sentimental to see Dean Jones back in Herbie, because it's been quite a few movies since we've seen him back in Herbie, and I really loved that. I cried. I don't know why I got so emotional, but I did. The special effects at the end were so special. I think this is the first time in a television release we've had special effects to that extent. The evil car, Horace is the name of the evil car, by the way, goes over a ledge and it crashes into, you know, the ground, like actually into the ground, creates a hole, like it's crazy, and explodes, and it's all CG, like none of that is real. And I thought that was really interesting. That was the most special effects I've seen in a television release yet, and it wasn't too bad. I was very impressed. That is everything I have for The Love Bug. It was a mixed bag. There were parts of it I really enjoyed. The additions about the backstory and just the love between Herbie and the people. I really, really loved that. I know Herbie's been on all these adventures, but because Dean Jones reprised his role, I wish they maybe would have explained how Herbie got away from Jim. I would have liked that. But otherwise, it's a mixed bag. There are parts of it that were like, it's a TV release, it's fine. And parts of it that I really enjoyed. And so because of that, my final rating is 6 love bugs out of 10. Our total movie count is... Our cry count is... Parent total is still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put out videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. Always fun things going on over there. Buy the merch, because the merch is awesome. Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, I don't know if you are, so you do. And don't be Simon and Horace. Simon and Horace. Simon and Horace.